Hey guys, welcome back to another Burning Attack on Titan video, and in today's video I'll be talking about the blurry filter or the blurry effect for the Attack on Titan the final season part 2. And no, this is not confirmed, no, this is not official, this is all based on my assumption and also my speculation, and also everything here is a very reliable source. Okay, this is just what I know from some of the source that I have, so I'm just going to talk about some of the stuff and basically explain it. So we have here a statement by Aslam Bose, which is a very reliable leaker that have already told us the part 2 a long time ago. So obviously someone actually asked him saying, could there be new stuff for Attack on Titan part 2 since the current staff is working on part 1 and he said production starts on October 2020. So he replied with, of course, the same stuff. So with this, I'm just going to interpretate that the same stuff will be working on part 2 as well. So that's mean the same cinematographer, which also is the photography director, which is Mr. Shingeki Asakawa, will also be working for season 4 part 2, which is also the man who actually responsible for the blurry effect in season 4 part 1. So obviously I'm just going to talk about some of the blurry effect, why I didn't actually like most of them, but some of them is actually a very great shot. So here we have some of the statement out by the CG World magazine. You guys can check out, it's going to be in the description of this video. Here we have the first one, battlefield atmosphere with smoke. The battlefield scene is composed of live action smoke material to express the realistic atmosphere of the battlefield where smoke can enter. So here one of the example is Porco CG Titan getting rushed into the enemy's territory. Basically they added up some kind of a blurry effect, some kind of smoke, which makes it looks kind of realistic. Next up we also have this one Gabi scene, which is, in my opinion, is not that necessary to put the blur on. So if you guys actually look at the non-blur version and not fully processed version, it actually looks amazing. It actually replicate with studio style of art. So I really like how they did without the blur for this one Gabi scene, because it looks very clear. Next up we also have another statement saying add drawing effects and shooting effects to 3D cells. Even for scenes and 3D cells for which effect have already been drawn, the shooting effects have been combined to create a deep shooting process. Splashing blood, debris splashes, etc. are often added by shooting even if there is no instruction. Which one of the example is Reiner's armor titan getting shot by the the armor train, which is in CG. Obviously without the blur it actually looks kind of a cartoonish, but if you actually added the blur it actually looks kind of realistic, and I kind of like it, I guess, but it's up to your perspective. Okay, next up we also have this one scene with Reiner's throwing the train. Well, obviously before the post-processing it's going to be looking like this, and after they actually added some of the smoke, some of the particles, some of the some of the blurry effect, it actually looks like this. So in my opinion, for Titan, some of the Titan actually looks great with blurry effect, but please just not overuse them. Next up we also have a statement saying pasting 2D material for newspapers. The process of shooting is to paste the 2D material of the article into the newspaper. In this scene the ally is used as a light source and highlights are added to the edges. So obviously this is just another some kind of a pasting information on the on the newspaper, and also probably added some kind of a dim light. I'm not sure, but they probably just added another a few percent of blurry filter. Next up we also have 3D cell color processing and flare addition. All 3D cells are in normal color at the time of delivery, and the scene color is applied at the time of shooting. The character inside the crystalline lens is pasted in 3D and output the part that shines strongly at flare that extends horizontally. So basically here we have another example of Aaron's 3D CGI Titan with basically some kind of a very cartoonish looks and while holding Lara Tiber crystal. And then after the post-processing, it actually looks like this, which is, in my opinion, is okay. It's not like great. Great is actually okay. But if you actually look back at the before the post-processing, Aaron's CG Titan is probably looking very hand-drawn, in my opinion. So yeah, next up we also have another statement saying smoke processing of 3D mobs. In the scene where 3D mobs a character runs through the front, food smoke was added by shooting. So obviously the one that they are actually mentioning is the people who is running around with the what is it, smoke filter, which is, in my opinion, yeah, sure, very necessary. And next up we also have, well, this is my favorite out of all the blurry effect, addition of blood vessels in the congested eye. In close-up shot of the eyes, blood vessels were added by shooting. Basically this is the one where they didn't actually added some of the blood vessels, some of before the post-processing. So here is the what is it, before blurry effect, before the blood vessel, and this is after they added it. So basically I really love how they did with the inside version of the Titan shifter, which I am completely fine with the blurry effect if they actually did put it in the Titan shifter. Next up we also have the last statement saying texture expression inside the Titan. In the scene inside the Titan, the scene where floating object floats like underwater and the light changes while the flash wall slowly smooth as is processed by shooting as well. So obviously this is picked before the processing, and after it they actually makes it looks great, although Pig's face is looking kind of blurry. But yeah, I don't mind if they actually did some kind of a blurry filter inside the Titan, which is for the Titan shifter shot, but I really do not like some kind of a unnecessary blurry shot like Reiner waking up. That scene is very overused of what is it, blurry effect. So yeah, that's basically it for today's video. In my opinion, they might going to be using some of the blurry effect for season 4 part 2, but I don't think it will be much overused because there's a lot of comment talking about this. I'm not sure if they are taking feedback or not, but looking at this, but I'm not sure, but I really hope they won't be using any blurry, I mean, not be using too much of blurry effect or filter for season 4 part 2. But yeah, that's basically it for today's video. I really hope it won't be overuse of it, but please do comment down below what you guys think about the blurry effect for season 4 part 1, and will you want more of season 4 part 2 blurry effect, or just none of it for season 4 part 2. So that's basically it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really sorry for the stuttering. I have a very long day, so see you guys in the next Attack on Titan video. Goodbye.